so next we will now add some doors and windows. So let's go to the architecture tab. Here you got your doors, you got your windows. We won't be using any of these. We'll be using the roof later on, the floor, and all that sort of stuff. So let's have a go at those components there. Let's go to the door one. Let's click door. And by default, you're getting a single door. It's 813 by 2, 1, 3, 4, or 3, 4. You can change these things, and part of your project will get you to change them to more Australian standards, which should be like 820 by 2040 is what the door should be. Everything in, I might just do a little bit of this, just to give you an idea. Everything in Revit can be changed by editing the type. So for example, if I don't like that, well, I can click in here and see if I've got one that I like. But if there isn't one, I can make another one up usually, all right, by going to edit type, and we duplicate usually the one that's there. We don't want to overwrite that one, and we'll call this one, for example, I'll just call it 820 door. That'll do for now. Just saves typing, and I go OK, and I'll just go, the height will be 2040, and the exercise will show you how to do it properly, but 820 is the width. It doesn't really matter, even if you use that one, just for our exercise. And as soon as I do it, there it is, it's available for me, and I can just bring it in and just plonk it somewhere. There it is, I put it in. Okay, well, the door is opening outside. I should just click this to go inside. Maybe I want it the other way around. And maybe I don't want it to be there. I want it to be, if I click on there, I can change that to 7,000 instead. So it moves it over a bit. All right? So just drop it in, and you can just bring some more in if you like. You just, again, you go to architecture, door, it defaults to the previous one, and you can just click it somewhere so it looks about right. And you can change these numbers afterwards. Even if I put it in, I can click on here later and say, okay, well, I didn't want it to be that. No, that's 6,000. I think I put in 6,000 something before. It's not that number now. I think it was measuring it to somewhere different before. So anyway, it doesn't matter. You can, the same thing here. You can just click on here, and you can measure to the center if you want. All right, so, or to the other end. All right, so you can do whatever you like. I put it like 400 away from the wall if I want. All right. So if I go back to my 3D, you can see where my door is. There it is. I can even change it from here. I can change other things like the height and where it is. I can change it from here again. I can make it 8,000, for example. If I click on there, 8,000. So it's all parametric, and change it from any view, and it works. All right. So that's that. How about that? All right. Let's we'll drop in a window. We can do it from here as well, but generally we'll do it in plan view. I never really dropped in a window, but we can just drop that in. All right. So you can have a look what we've done there. There it is. Okay, so that goes in. So just escape or press modify to stop that command. So if we have a look at what we've done on the ground floor plan, we've actually got our window over here. All right, and you can change, again, if the window's gone the wrong way, you can just swing it around the other way by clicking on these little controls. But that one went in okay, because the seal was normally inside, or the internal seal, and then there's an external one out here. All right, so that's basically that. I'll show you now how to put in a roof. I'll just pause this for a minute. Okay, we're on. So if we go to the 3D, that's what we've got. Now what we're going to do is put a roof on and a floor plan, and a floor on this, just to complete it. Okay, let's do that now. Let's go to the ground floor plan, stay where you were, and we're going to put the roof on now. Let's do the floor first. Hey, let's work the other way. Let's go with the floor. Okay, so here it is under your architecture tab. Go to the floor. So click here. What we're going to do, same with the architectural wall. We've got architectural floors. Let's go to the structural. You get a bit more control if you get into it later on. We were not going to get into it, but get used to using structural floor. Okay, what it does, it goes into this sketching mode. So it brings up the little cross here and the little tick. You know you're in sketching mode when that comes up, and also you get an extension of the modify menu. Basically, that's the modify menu that it gives you, and you get an extension over here, and it can do different things. Now I can draw a floor in by drawing a rectangle, or I can draw a floor in by using the wards that are already there. All right. Either way, I'll show you a little trick, or you can just draw line work. Basically, I'll show you a little trick. You go over the top of this, and you don't click, but rather you tab. All right, once. It highlights everything. Now, once you tab once, you don't move the mouse. You leave it like that, and then you click. And what it does, it puts in a floor. Or it puts the outline. It just traces it around. It's a pink outline like that. Notice it's gone to the core. It means to the center of the wall, which is the default setting, which is fine. That's what we want, actually. And that's because this thing here is ticked, and you can have offsets and all that sort of stuff. We're not going to get into it right now. All right, but I just want you to put a... Now, what are we putting? We're putting a floor, it says here, 150 millimeters. Get used to looking around. Information can be anywhere. It can be here, it can be here, it can be pop-up menus and all that sort of stuff, or dialogues that come up. So that's it tells you what rebar, reinforcement bar is going in there, all that sort of stuff. We can change this again, make it 100 if we want. We won't do that now. So once you're happy with your floor outline, you can just press tick. But if you're not happy with it, let me just change this. Maybe I want to have this for some reason. Maybe I don't want that line in there. I can delete that, and I can delete that as well. I can make my floor come all the way around if I want, so it's a bit outside. You might want to build a veranda later on, I don't know. But the fact is, you can just do what you want with it. You can click this little thing here, which is called Trim Extend. I call it Fillet, which is similar to AutoCAD. And I can click on that pink thing and that pink thing, and you can just do that, you know. So there, you can do that if you want, all right? So once you're happy with it, just press the tick button, and you'll see what we've done. Well, I just escape once, so it's not highlighted, and I go back to my 3D, and I look under here, and there's my floor. Simple, really. It's not too hard. Well, all right, so we had a question, how do we modify this afterwards? Well, you can modify it from anywhere, really. I can click on it here. Once I click on my little floor, but it's okay there, it's easy for me to click because I can find it. But if you're in the ground floor plan, and you can't get to the floor, like if I click in here, well, I got it, I was lucky. I did double click, then it just came up. Wasn't supposed to do that. If you can't find it, I'll show you, because sometimes things are underneath in 3D and you can't find things. I'll show you a good way of finding stuff. Just do a click in the white area over here somewhere and just do a window over the whole thing. All right, just pick up everything that you can possibly think of. All right. And then go down the bottom here, there's a filter. It says 11 next to it. There's a filter also up here that doesn't say any numbers. Click on that and then check none button and then select floors only. That's all you want, and it's only one of those. It tells you next to it. I'll go OK, and now we have got the floor. Once we've selected the floor, I mean, I could have just clicked on this one because it was easy, but I'm just showing you another way of finding stuff. I've got edit boundary, because that pops up, and as I said before, if that green thing disappears ever from any of them, the roof design, the floor design, anything that you sketch, say I clicked on here to do something else in the meantime, and you lose it, it's still there, it's in the background, just click on it and it comes back, and I'm able to finish it off. So now that's come back, I can do other things. For example, I might not want that there anymore, I might want to do something like this. What if I want to just do this, just some random thing like that, all right? And I want to fillet that there. Remember, it has to be a closed thing, and I click that and that. Maybe I want to do that, then I can go tick. All right, so there it is, it's done. So if I go to 3D, there's my little cutout. All right, so that's, anyway, we're spending way too much time on the floor, but we'll do the roof next. I'll just click on the roof here. Under the roof, you find we've got roofs, we've got roofs by extrusion, by face. We're going to just do this, and we're going to use this later on. We'll do the fascia and the gutter down the track. But for now, we're going to do just the roof with no fascia, no gutter. And it's got a footprint. Okay. Actually, I always get myself in trouble with this. It says, you silly person, you want to do the roof, you know, because it thinks I'm on the ground floor plan. Normally, this is what I do. I'll show you what I normally do. I'm in here, and I go roof. I'm in the ground floor plan. I always do this. And hold on, let me just get rid of this. I'll just cancel that. All right, so I'm in here and I want to go to roof. This is the typical way I use roof. And I go roof, and it says, surely you don't want to put the roof on the ground floor. All right? No one in their right mind would. So it's good that it picks that up, because my roofs will be always on the ground floor if you didn't ask me that question. All right? So you say, no, I actually meant to put it on level 1. Thank you for that. Yes. So it then shifts your UCS from the ground, user coordinate from the ground to the roof. So I'm drawing my roof on the level 1 now. Okay. So we're in 3D, thinking 3D, we're on the roof. All right. Okay. So whatever we sketch now, we'll go on the roof. Okay. All right, so the same way of sketching, we've got a number of tools to sketch with. We can do just a rectangle around the whole thing if we want. But generally with the roof, you want to follow the walls. So again, I go here, I tab. That's the only reason that I'm able to pick the walls. Now if I was on here, I can't tab, I have to draw them one by one. Because I'm on this thing here, the default, pick walls, I can go here and go tab, all right? And click on here. But I could have set a few options with this. Before I do that, I'll just escape once. Let's click on that. I could set a few options here. I could extend to the wall core. I could do an overhang of 760, and I know that's actually a 600 overhang. But from the core, from the center of the wall, is 760. All right, and defines the slope. What's the slope? It defines the slope. It says, what is the slope? Well, I don't know. I can't find it. Yeah, it's a pitch, yeah, but where is it? It's supposed to be in here. Anyway, we can't find it right now. It does define a slope. We can change that later, actually. See, when I go there and I got tab, see how it's doing the overhang? So if I got tab now, click, done. All right, what is the slope? It says 30 degrees there. It's coming up now. So I can change the properties of the roof. The roof is, like 400. I can change it to 180, but we'll leave that for now. I've only got a couple of minutes left, so we can change the slope here. We can make that 22.5, for example, if we want. But what's it changed? That one there, what has it changed this one? Let's see. If I click on, escape, click on there. See, it's changed them all because I did it then. But if I want to change individual ones, I can still do that. What I want to do is put a gable at the back here, so I'm going to click on here, and I'm going to say this bit here does not define a slope. All right, so there's no slope for the back one. Okay, and I can change the overhang if I want. Okay, so we're done. I've got a tick, and then we'll check on here. This is what I've done. Here's my gable. All right, there's my other roof over there. It looks pretty, except for the big hole in here, the air conditioning, thing of that. So what I'm going to do is click on this thing here, the wall. It gives me this thing here, attached top base. I click on that. I click on the roof, and it goes up there, escape. Okay, there, we've closed up the hole. All right, easily. Okay, we'll leave it at that.